Hi, it's me again, and I don't think I'm going to ramble on for too long in this video, but I stumbled across this article and I wanted to share it with you. But if I talk about it too much, I'm just going to get myself into trouble, because look at the headline. Look. BBC accused of cover-up as it refuses to hand over emails linked to Martin Bashir's Diana interview. So the BBC are refusing to hand over documents, refusing to come clean about something. And now you can see why, if I rambled on too long, I might get into a spot of trouble, eh? It's quite a dirty situation, the Bashir situation. Someone got sacked and, got his name sort of bandied around the whole industry, and you'll never work here again. All that. We've had to pay, you've had to pay out compensation from your TV licence fees to someone else who got stitched up. And then Bashir got rehired by the BBC, and the BBC did everything you can to cover it up, which is indicative of the BBC. And they keep saying they've changed. How much of that do you believe? Because they've covered up quite a lot in the past, haven't they? And this was just a silly little one. All this was faked bank statements. This weren't even as bad as some of the stuff they've covered up before. So if they can go to the effort of covering up something as, not that bad really in the grand scheme of things as fake bank statements and a lie to a royal, what are they actually covering up is the question I have to ask. The internal emails could reveal damning details about how the BBC reacted when Bashir's deceit in obtaining the interview came to light, it is claimed. A judge will decide this year whether the emails should be made public. Well, I think I can see which way that will go. Hey, because, well, I don't know, my weird conspiracy brain would say, and it's obviously not true, because just my weird conspiracy brain, that BBC might have some information or some news or maybe a past scandal to do with that judge. And that could get leaked, couldn't it? So probably best just to keep those emails private, I guess. Or is that just me being weird again? I don't know. Does the world really work like that, or is it just in my weird head? I don't know. For months, the BBC insisted its archive contained no further documents, but in a U-turn last year, it revealed 3,288 emails had been discovered and apologised to Mr. Webb for inadvertent errors. Despite this, the BBC then sent Mr. Webb only 71 redacted emails. It insists the remaining 3,217 are either irrelevant or contain legally privileged information. Oh, they love getting out of that when they have to release information. If you do an FOI request for the BBC, they've always got some excuse about why they can't release the information. So I don't think they'll release it, because if there was nothing in there, if it was irrelevant, it doesn't matter if you release it then, does it? And if it's legally privileged information, well, that could be anything, couldn't it? But you could always redact that and then release the rest of the email, couldn't you? The fact that you're not, when you already have released some emails, only 71 of them, says you might know a bit more than you're letting on. So, I don't know, maybe it's just my mind where I think everything's wrong all the time, especially with the BBC. But, just release the emails, what's the problem? If they're irrelevant, it doesn't matter, does it? It will just bore some journalist for a couple of days where he's got to read them all just to find nothing. What's the problem? Doesn't matter, does it? In court, the BBC will need to explain the extraordinary appearance of 10,000 pages of potentially incriminating documents, which only a fortnight earlier the corporation claimed did not exist at all. Yeah, that happened as well. So, yeah, don't want to go on too long, because I think you know where I'm going with this, but the BBC do like a cover-up, they do like a lie, and they do like to look after themselves, and they are protected. They are protected. BBC exists by royal charter, and the money and everything is sorted out by the government. They're all in it together. No more to say. What do you reckon about this one then? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because that way, hopefully I'll see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da.